Welcome back to BPD and me. I am Nicole, and we're just going to jump right back in to our book that we have started. Sometimes I act crazy. I already forgot the name of it because I have memory issues, so that's great. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you here. I read through the section and the following section of what I said we were going to read, and it's a lot of fluff and it's really boring, and I will read it. If you want me to, let me know. And I'm going to basically tell you what happened. So advances in diagnosis and treatment. Basically, BPD originally started to get recognized around 1989, and as an illness, and they basically started to recognize it, and it started to be more of a thing throughout the mental community and the medical community. So they were working with medications and therapy treatments, started to get more of a recognized thing. So there's that. And then epidemiology and demographics. It basically talked about how things where it affected, like the white community and the black community equally. There was no correlation between education. So it spoke a lot to that kind of aspect. And again, it spoke about women and how it affected women significantly more. If you remember yesterday or the day before, again, my memory is not great, I was mentioning how women, it affects like 75% more women than men. So a lot of fluff, waste of my time to read to you and your time. So I decided not to read it. Let me know if you want me to read it. I'll go back and do it. But we're gonna move on. We're going to the borderline life cycle right here. All right, typically a borderline behavior is first observed from the late teens to the early 30s, although mine wasn't diagnosed until I was 40. Let me know when yours was, I'm curious. Those severe separation problems or rage outbursts in younger children may be harbingers of the diagnosis. A borderline state may emerge from a parental relationship that is at one or two extremes, either too dependent or too rejecting. As described in detail in our previous book, disruption of normal child development, particularly during the crucial rapprochement age. I have to get a thesaurus. I'm having troubles here. 16 to 25 months may hinder development of a constant separate identity, one of the prominent symptoms of BPD. Yeah, I have many identities, okay? I don't even know what half of them are. But again, these developed very late in life for me. So I'm not sure how I would have handled this as a adolescent or as a young child. It would have been really funny for my parents, frankly, in my opinion. But anyway, most adolescents are already grappling with such issues as identity, moodiness, impulsivity, and relationship insecurities that are at the core of BPD. Indeed, some might argue that the term borderline adolescent is a redundancy. However, normal, volatile adolescents, I love that, volatile adolescents. Okay. However, normal, volatile adolescents do not exhibit suicide attempts, rage, or excessive drug abuse observed in borderline teenagers. That's a rough one. During their third and fourth decades, many borderlines achieve some stability in their lives. I beg to differ. I achieved destabilization at that time. Borderline behaviors may be curbed or no longer significantly hamper daily activities. Thus, many former borderlines with or without treatment may emerge from the chaos of their lives to a relatively stable midlife functioning that no longer satisfies defining criteria for the BPD diagnosis. That's amazing. I wish that for everybody if they have BPD. Wow, to not suffer later on in life like that. Wow. BPD does persist in the elderly, but at a much lower rate. That's amazing too. But frankly, when you're when you're elderly, who cares? Do what you want. People have to deal with it. I do want to move on here. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you.